Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So we're going to continue with journal cards. What I'm going to do so that I'm not cutting up a whole bunch of cardstock for bases is I'm going to use book pages. You can use whatever book pages you want if you have one to tear up. If you have a printed piece of, some junk mail, whatever. We're going to be using that. You can definitely cut up cardstock and decorate. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use book pages to make journal cards. I do want to make some more tags. These white pieces I have in here, I have plans for those. Those will probably be one of the last videos I do. And I do know that I need to do a video for this envelope flip out that I still need to finish decorating. But what I'm wanting to do for me, for my process, it's easier for me to decorate these and have them in here with the papers that I want, and then I can see what's on there because I'm very visual, and I can see what's on there and then kind of decide how I want to decorate the tag. So, I need to grab some coffee dyed paper because I am going to use some of that because I have it, and I have some coffee dyed pages in here. Let's see if we have any in my stash here. Let me grab some. These are also fun backings too for tags. You can use those to back your tags for journaling spots. I want to go ahead and grab some coffee dyed paper. Okay, that will probably be a good piece. It's a little too grungy. Now this coffee dyed paper is not my coffee dyed paper. I have a stash of mine. I'm just grabbing whatever's on top. This I actually purchased from somebody because she does such a great job. And it smells so good. We might throw in some of my coffee dyed paper here. Let's see, what do we want to do? Because I have some patterns on mine. We'll throw in that one, and we can back some cards with that. Maybe another one. I just saw another one I liked. Maybe that one. So we got a couple pieces of coffee dyed. And we've also, I've got a tray here. I've consolidated stuff into a tray. So I also have my colored paper that I can use for backs. And then I have this cardstock left that I can decorate the front with. I'm going to pull all this out that's usable for, we can collage. It doesn't have to be one whole piece. Okay, those are little pieces we can do something with. And then these pages here we can also use. And of course I've got my book page. Let's get this sorted a little bit. Set my cardstock to one side, and I've got coffee dyed and colored pages here. I also brought in my 6x6 that I have, so I thought it might be fun to pull from there as well to decorate these. Another idea, I have these. Now, Stampin' Up! Sells these, and I gotta look in so I can remember the name. They're for scrapbooking, but you don't have to use them just for scrapbooking. Memories and More. I believe that's what it is. Yeah, these are Memories and More packs. So these are the smaller and the larger. They're 4x6 and 3x4s. And what I do with those is if I don't think a side fits with what I'm doing, I just cover it. Or they're already pre-cut pieces that you can cover on both sides if you want, if you just have something you know you'll never use. Same for these. I actually like this, I really like this black and white on the back. That might be just a fun little interest to put in there. And it would be great for somebody for a journal to stick in there for a journal card, because you can cover the back with coffee paper, colored paper, whatever, and they could put a photo on here. Maybe it's a journal they're using for their trip. So if there's something that just doesn't go, but you want to use these, you can always cover them. Okay, now I pulled out my first catalog that I got when I was first introduced into Stampin' Up, and that was in 2021, and when I first signed up. So I'm going to actually be pulling inspiration for cards in here. The catalogs are great for looking through, because they have so many different design ideas that are really great for looking through for what kind of card you might want to make. And you can alter it a little bit, or you can follow it just exact. But just because like this one right here was made with strawberries doesn't mean that that's the only way that that can be used. You can use any of these for anything. So I've pulled that out for inspiration, and I've saved all my catalogs, my annuals, my minis, and my celebration, because there's ideas in there too. So I just pulled that one out to work off of. So I'm going to set this aside, and what I have done is I've pre-cut book pages and placed them in areas that I want to put them. So this one, and you would have to measure yours. I don't know if it would fit, if you're following along, what you would fit if you did a border like that, and if this is the same, this size would fit in it. But this is 7.5 inches tall by 4 inches wide. And what I'm basically going to do is I'm going to cover it, but I'm going to treat it like a card front. I thought that would be so fun, especially since this is made primarily with Stampin' Up! Products. Just make this like a card front. And so that's what I'm going to do. But for this, since this has birds all over it, I'm going to look for something that would go with this. So I already have blue, and there's pinks and purples. A lot more pink. There's a lot of purples. There's this pretty green. Maybe I'll look for soft sea foam. Here's a soft sea foam from our 6-packs right here. So this would be kind of fun to use. We could use the hearts. That would be cute. Or the polka dots and the stripes. I really like the polka dots. And there are the hearts. I think I want to go with the polka dots, so I'm going to use that piece. And then, let's see, what kind of card front do I want to use? Since this is taller, I'm going to need something that's split. Something that is split. Oh, I know what I could do. Just had an idea pop in my head. So we could take this and split it so we have thirds. So this is 7.5. So half of 7.5 is 3 3/4. I could do it at 3 3/4 and have the bigger side on top and the smaller on the bottom maybe. Let's just do that. So we know we need it to be 4 inches wide. And I'm going to use my guillotine because I think my blade is full. So we're going to go 4 inches wide. I'm going to set this aside in my stash here. And I'm going to cut this down to 3 3/4. So that way I have this on the top and the bottom. Put on there. We can always trim it if it's a little short. So I'm going to have that on the top and the bottom. And then I'm going to put something here, but I think I want to mat it. So I have this purple piece. That's so springy. I really like that. So the space I have left is, since it's 7.5, is 1.5 inches. That's not quite wide enough. I think I would need a piece of book page right there to kind of help with the thickness, because I kind of want to mat this. So let's cut this at 2 inches. Wait a minute. Nope. We need it at 4. Because I need it the right width, and then cut this at 2. Let's see how that will sit. That will sit kind of nice. So I think I'm going to take, since we have the purple and the green, I kind of want to do either pecan pie or crumb. Let's do crumb cake. Let's see, do I have any crumb cake scraps in here? No, no crumb cake scraps, so I need to grab some. Let's see how this would look. I like it more that way. Okay, so I'm just gonna, just in case my words are seen, I want to have the words up. Okay, so this was 2 inches wide. So I'm gonna cut this to 4. And then I'm going to cut this to 2.5. So I have a 1/4 inch on either side. That was almost the right size. And I don't think I'm going to have to put anything on there. So let's see. Okay, so get my book out. Glue pieces. Now, because this is cardstock, I'm actually don't need this right now. I'm going to, first I'm going to glue the back. I'm going to glue the coffee dyed paper on there. It'll be easier. I want this to, or pink. I think I'm going to glue it on some pink. Okay, we're going to get the backing glued on first, because the cardstock, it's harder with the glue stick to get good coverage on cardstock, but just regular book page and regular paperweight paper, it's not. This is much better. So what I want to do is just get it covered in the design pattern that I want to do, and then come back and decorate. That'll be another video. And I'm going to try to prep some of it so the series doesn't go quite as long, because it's going to be quite long. Okay. I've worked a couple videos ahead, which I need to because life just gets busy, so that's very nice. But I want to do a card video soon, so go ahead and trim around this. Now it's going to feel thin, and that's fine. It'll thicken up with each layer we put on there. And the next layer is going to be cardstock, our DSP, so that's just going to thicken up even more. I'm going to go back over it because it's trying to bubble up and curl. I want to make sure everything's down really good. Need to finish trimming this side up. That looks good. So now we got writing room in the back. You can see the words, but that's okay because you can still write on this. Okay, so we're going to do the small piece on top. Okay, there's that. So yeah, when you're thinking about making journal tags or anything, you can just think about card fronts. How would you decorate a front of a card? And you can do the same thing. You just have to alter the sizes to fit the size tag or journal card or whatever that you're making. Now I love to collage, so that's why I have some collage elements in there. I love to just take pieces and collage them together to make another piece. I do sew on my stuff, not often though. Okay, so I'm just going to smooth those down, just make sure everything's down nice. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place this piece on here. We're going to have a nice edge on either side. I think that will look really nice. Okay, and that will sit right there. Okay, now I'll do decorative edges and everything when it's done, but I'm going to give this a chance to dry, and then we can come back and put some decorative elements on it. But that's so cute. I love that color combination. So I'm just going to set this in here to dry, and that way I know where it goes, and any trimming or whatever I need to do, I'll do after it's all dry. Okay, I think that'll look really cute right there. Okay, the next place I have journal cards is right here, behind here and here. So we'll grab this big one first. And this one is 7.5 by 4.5. And again, you'll have to measure. Okay, so for this one, let me see where this page is at. really think I want to do because that has stuff in it, though I might put more in there. That has something in it. I kind of want, and then there's this right here, okay? Then we have this. Okay, so I might see, I really love this, and I kind of just want to do a whole thing here of this, and then do a decorative something on here with that. So I kind of want to cut this whole piece. So I need this piece to be 4.5 by 7.5. So I'm going to cut this. It needs to be 7.5 inches tall. By 4.5. Okay, so there's for my front. And then for the back on this, I think I'm going to go ahead and do coffee dyed on it. So let me pull out my coffee dyed. Let's do some pattern. I did a bunch of coffee dyeing this summer because I prefer to do that than cook it in the oven, so I have a good little stash going. I just dip it in the coffee and then lay it out in the yard to dry in various places in the hot sun when it's really hot out. And it doesn't take long, and you can do several batches. Nice way to spend the day outside. And we have a little greenhouse, so we can go mess around in there or whatever while it's drying. Which my husband takes care of because I'm horrible with plants, but I try. I'm going to flip that over and work out these bobbles. I need to be making some team cards for church. So that's a video I want to work on next while I'm trying to finish up this process of this journal. I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. Okay, that's all trimmed up. Now I'm just going to check one more time. It's starting to bubble up, so I'm just going to press that in. If you get a good wet glue stick like I have, and I guess it depends on the climate, what brands work best in what climate. This works really good for me, and it stays wet for a minute, but the paper, it does pull away after a little bit, but once it's dry, it's on there good. I just want to make sure I get the edges down really good. What a fun background to journal on. Okay, that's good. Now we're just going to attach this to the front. Okay, that's attached. I'm just going to smooth that out and get that glue rubbed around. You could also do pockets on your tags, which for this I'm thinking of doing. So you could have a tag that has a pocket and you have a couple of little little tags in there. That might be kind of fun. All right, so I'm going to put that in there and let that dry. That's covered. Okay, so now this one, this is 7 by 4.5. So let's see what I want to cover that with. Maybe we got that really pretty pattern on there, and I don't know what's on the back of this. That's not wide enough. We could do that. That would look good, I think. And I can do glue stick on both sides of this. So I'll do the front first. I'm just trying to get some different patterns than what it's close to, so there's some variations. That out. Now this will feel a little bit thinner than the ones we've been putting the cardstock on the front, but it will still be thick enough for journal card. Alright, we're going to trim that off. So I'm just going to make sure it's nice and smoothed out. Okay, that's fun. Now for this, thinking maybe I'll cover in my blue sheet I have. I'm going to rip this off because when it gets too much glue in it, it tends to stick. That could be a tag or something later. I am thinking about reopening my Etsy shop. I've had it on vacation for a few years. I just have to figure out how I'm going to do it. And just see for my cards, my journals. Okay. And we're going to smooth this out, get those bubbles worked out. Oh, I supposed to send my daughter some cards. She wanted some, so I gotta send her some. I have a box I started for her. I just haven't finished it yet. Okay, there's that one. So we're going to put that to dry. Oh, we got some more bubbles in here. Okay, now where'd my journal go? Right here. Now we'll go ahead and slide this in its pocket. And then once they're dry, I'll decide if I want them to be journal cards like this, or if I want them to be tags, or whatever the shape of the card. I could add some decorative corners. Okay, so now this one. So this one has this page with these blues. Really like that. Maybe I need to do a boho blue on this. So this one is 7.5 by 4. I'm pretty sure. Yep, 7.5 by 4. So let me see. What do I want to do with this? So I could do long strips like that with maybe we could just do some, that's not tall enough. This piece is tall enough. You could also do a, I lost my train of thought now. Okay, so yeah, this stripe's not quite long enough. Now it's just a matter of deciding what to put on there. I have some more of this, not quite long enough. We could do different colors on here. Do a thin strip here and do a piece here. Maybe do, so we've got this. We could cut the other piece shorter and do small there. So we've got this one here. These pieces are pretty much ready as they are, so we'll maybe kind of collage with some of this cardstock. I kind of want to cut this to this length. So this is 2 inches. Let's get this down to 2 inches. So if I put that like that, it'll kind of be like a stack, cut, and shuffle, sort of. We could meet that there, or even overlap it. So then this piece needs to be cut off at probably need it cut about 1/4 of an inch. It'll leave me a little bit more, but I can trim that. Okay, see how long this is. It's 6, so we're going to cut it to 5 3/4. See how that works. That's pretty close. We'll have a little piece to cut off, but that's okay. And then if this piece is 2 inches, that should work right there. So then this, I need this to be 2 inches. Yeah, not the green side. So 2 inches. By 5 3/4. Okay, so there's that, but we need to cover the back, so let's do the black back in some green. We have some green here. See how long this video is. Oh, we're doing good on time so far. So green. Try to get some of these worked out, but once I put the cardstock on there, I'll probably be able to get more because it's still kind of thin right now. I love the variation of green that this gave me from dyeing this paper with my re-inker and some water. All right, so I've got that covered. Now we're going to go ahead and glue these pieces on. So I usually just say I make journals because my journals are not 100% recycled. I do recycle items in here like these book pages, but it's not 100%. So that's why I just call them journals. But that's where I learned, was watching some junk journal videos. But I do, some journals have a lot more recycled material in it than others. Just depends on what I want to play with. But I had kept my Stampin' Up! Paper DSP down for a little while, and now it's all built back up. So I thought this would be a great idea. Just make a journal with Stampin' Up! Products. I mean, we have all the stamps and inks and all of that stuff. So the two white cardstock that I have sitting in the front and the back of this journal waiting to be decorated, I am going to be collage stamping on them for journal cards. Fellow demonstrator and one I signed up under and friend is at Really Robin Stamps, and she has wonderful videos for all kinds of card techniques, and she just came out with breaking down collage stamping. So I have played with it a little bit, not as much as I would like to, but I thought that would be perfect to do for this journal. Okay. Now we've got those pieces on, and after they dry we can trim it up some more, but I'm going to let it dry before doing that. So there's another piece that's going to be super fun to decorate, and that is just going to slide right in here into this pocket. Okay, what else do we got? We got our belly band pieces, our cards for our belly band. Let me see how much time I have. We'll see how far we get. So one piece is 7.5 by 4, and this one is 7.5 by 5. So I gotta have one bigger than the other. Okay, so this one, let's do the big one first, and I have birds on the belly band. There, and I have this pretty green. I'm thinking we need to use one of the papers we made. Let's see, is there enough on here? Not for the big one. Let's see what the other one has. We have that one, this green leafy one. Oh, that would be nice. We could put that on there and turn that into a journal card. And then I could use this one for the center one. Okay. Let's get those stuck down. And since they're copy paper, I can use my glue stick. Now to decorate these, I want to use, if you remember in earlier videos, I have a bag of pre-cut labels, I guess you could call them, or what you would use for sentiment strips. or whatever to put your sentiments on. Can't think of the name right now. But I want to kind of use those to decorate and stamp on them. I have an idea using my first stamp and die set that I got before I signed up, that made me fall in love with their products, and I think it would work very nice in here. That one I will keep forever. I love it. Or until it wears out. I don't know how long it takes for that stuff to wear out. Now these pieces I'm cutting off, they're small. We can collage with these on tags, and that's what I'm going to save them for collaging. I really prefer the thinner paper for collaging. It just lays down nicer. I think on the back of this one, I'm going to do the coffee dyed. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take this page off. And let's do some non-pattern coffee dyed. This is a nice piece right there, so we'll get glue all over this. And this lady that I buy my coffee dye paper from, it's from Emily at Vintage Polka Dot Shop. I'm telling you what, it smells so good. Just makes a journal smell good. And you get a variety from light coffee dye to really grungy. I love this paper. I've been buying from her for a few years now. Okay, there's that one. Now we can stick that in to be dry in our belly band. That's really nice right there, I think. Okay, let's see, do we have enough time to do the last one? Just enough, I think. I've learned with the loss of the video for the envelope flip that's in my journal that I've recorded, that I can't go over an hour, and that one was over an hour. So I lost it, and then when I tried to edit it and move stuff around and maybe just cut it up and do like a part 1, part 2, somehow it got corrupted, and it wouldn't even do that. So I'm just going to make another one to show you guys. That will be in a few days. that it will be posted. I'll make it in a few days, and it'll be a little bit longer than that before it's posted. But I probably won't make it with any of the papers for here. I'll just make one to show you how I did it. And then I'll save it for a future journal. Oops, that needs to be centered because that edge is torn. That's all right. I'm going to have to put some more glue in here. Okay, let's smooth that out. I think on the back of this, I'm going to put the pink dyed paper. Okay, I'm going to save that piece. That can be collaged. Alright, so there's that one. Now we need some pink or the purple. I don't think I've done the purple. And that's that cool pink splatter. We'll put that on there. Okay, let's see. Yep, just in the nick of time. Often when people make ephemera for their journal, they just do this. They make stuff and they put their pieces together that they want, but it's not necessarily fully decorated until they make their journal, and then they pull these pieces out, figure out which ones will work with their journal, with the color or theme, and then from there they decorate them more. Unless you know ahead of time what kind of journal you're making, and you just go ahead and do your, then you can go ahead and do your theme at that time. And because the part that takes a long time for making a journal are your ephemera pieces, and it doesn't really take a long time, but the way I'm doing it, it is, just because I'm doing the video process, so there's the video time I've got to do. Now that's really busy, but I'm okay with that. It's just fun having all these pretty papers. So I have one more to cover, and I probably will cover this off camera, and then I will show you what I do with it. And then I don't know what we're going to do next. We might decorate these. We might do these cards. We might make some tags. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will catch you on the next one.